All right, so keep your strap close by. You're just gonna stand in the center of your mat. Try to pick up your toes, spread them out wide, and then plant them down into your mat. And then from here, take both arms, reach them up overhead, lace your fingers together and give me a side bend to the right. Come back to the center, side bend to the left, keeping everything kind of small as you start, making it slightly bigger as you warm up, and breathe. So you want to make sure your arms are nice and long overhead. Tighten up through the core, using your obliques to bring you back to the center. A little bit bigger. Again, keep the core tight. Give me one more on each side. Bring it to a stop. Release the fingers down. Take your head over to the right side. Just think ear to shoulder here. Relax the opposite shoulder down. And then from here, we're going to take the chin, roll it down to the chest, and then take the head over to the left and hold. Eardrops towards the shoulder. And then again, chin to the chest, roll it over to the right shoulder. Chin drops down over to the left shoulder, and then one more on each side. Last one. And bring it to the center. Head comes up. From here, we separate the feet a little bit more. All 10 toes are pointing straight ahead. Rock yourself over to the right and over to the left. So make sure you have enough distance between your feet so that you can make this move, getting that one leg long and the other knee bent. Feeling an inner thigh stretch as you straighten that leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the right side and hold. Pushing back with your hips, lengthen this leg. 3, 2, 1. Shift over to the left. Lengthen the right leg. Hold. Push yourself to the center. Keep a nice straight leg. Reach down over the left leg. Either hands to your shin, maybe above your knee. If you can reach the floor, go ahead and bring your fingertips down. Drop your chin. Lengthen the spine all the way through the top of the head. And then bring yourself to the center and walk over to the right leg. And again, wherever you naturally fall here, drop your chin, lengthen the spine. 3, 2, 1. Shift to the center, lace your fingers together, put a slight bend in your knee, and then we drop all the way around for that windmill. Big reach at the top, drag the knuckles at the bottom if you can. Up and over, pushing back with your hips at the bottom, coming up tall at the top. At the bottom of this one, bring it to a stop and switch directions. Up and over, push back with the hips. Give me one more, all the way around. And then we stop at the bottom in the center, drop the chin. Relax the arms. Slowly bend the knees, bring the hands above the knees. Start to slowly lift through the torso right here. Walk your feet a little closer together so they're a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Round your back up for 2, and then drop your belly button down for 2. Round and tuck the chin, drop and lift the head. 2 more. One more, big round. Drop it down, hold it down. Take your fingers to the outsides of your legs. Straighten out your elbows. Turn and look over the right shoulder, dropping the left shoulder towards the floor. Try to straighten out the elbows. And now switch. Turn and look over the left shoulder. One more on each side. Turn and look. Last one. Turn and look. And bring it to the center. This time we round all the way up to the top. Take the shoulders, roll them back and down. Take your left arm straight across your chest with your right arm. Use it like a hook. Pull it into the chest here, straightening out through the elbow. And then little reps, pull and release. Pull and release. Tight as you can into the chest, feeling a stretch down the back of your arm, maybe in through the shoulder blade. And on this next one, hold it in, drop your head towards that long arm. Relax the shoulder down. And release. The right arm comes across the chest. The left arm pulls it in. Little pulses right here. Pull and release. Keep the elbow as straight as you can, holding everything still except for that arm. The next one holds it in, pull, and then drop your head towards those fingers. Relax the shoulder down. And release. All right, we're not getting away without toes today. Step towards the front of your mat. Reach back with your left toes. Drag the toes in and then push them away. And as always, I want you to take notice whether you feel this on the drag or the push, whichever one you feel the most, I'm going to ask you to hold on to when it's time. And if you need to find a wall for balance or a chair. Phew, my toes are cramping today. All right, one more of each. And then whichever one you feel the most, hold. So if it's this one here, point the toes way back behind you so that they're all straight towards the back of the room. Or if they're all in front of you, put a bend here in the foot so that the toes are long and the foot is kind of up towards the ceiling. Hold it for 3 more. 2 and 1. Bring it in and switch. All right, we're pulling them in and dragging them away. Let's make a mess of my mat on this. All right, give me one more of each, and it might be different on this foot where you feel it the most. Hold it wherever you feel it the most. Try to unknuckle the feet so that are the toes so that they're nice and long. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're coming down to the mat. I'm gonna have you bring it down and then lie on your back. Bring your strap down with you so that it's close by when it's time to use it. And then we're gonna lie all the way back with bent knees. All right, bringing your hands to the floor. Feet are about hip distance apart, and pull the heels in so that you can just brush the heels with the tips of your fingers if you can. And then release the hands, palms down to the floor. Lift your hips up off the floor, and we're just gonna bridge. Squeeze and release, warming up through the hips, through the glutes. Feel a little stretch maybe in the hip flexors on the front side. Keep this going. Make sure you're breathing. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the next one up. Hold it up. We take the knees together and apart. So we're maintaining the bridge here in the center. Make sure you're squeezing, lifting the hips as high as you can. Try to bring the knees as close together and as far apart as you can make them. Together and apart for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold these together. Walk the feet together. From here, we drop and press. Keep bridging. Squeeze and release. So really trying to let the glutes dominate this movement, not the hamstrings. Give me 5 more. 5. They should be warming up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax the hips down. Bring both knees into the chest. Grab behind and give it a little rock. From here, take both legs over to the left side. In the spinal rotation, open your right arm to the right. And then bring everything back to the center and both legs fall to the right. Open the left arm to the left. Hold here, breathe. Bring it back to the center. Both feet come down to the floor. We're going to take the feet out wide, about as wide as your mat, and in close, dropping into wipers right and left. So that just feel good. No certain speed that you need to go. We're trying to make it as big as you can on both sides, whether it's knee down or knee open. Let your feet rock from the insides to the outsides. Now give me one more on each side. Bring it to the center and relax. Bring the feet a little bit closer together. From here, we're gonna lift the right leg up in the air. Now your left leg is gonna be not participating at all. That means it's not gonna open and close. It's gonna stay exactly where it starts. Point the right toes here. Okay, so we're gonna do some giant leg circles here, but it's gonna come from the hips. So I want you to make sure that you're keeping your knee still, your ankle still. Point those toes. From here, we're gonna pull that leg as close to the chest as you can, and then start to make a big turn out to the right. Let it sweep as low towards the floor as you can. Don't let it throw you off center. Point the toes, bring it, sweep it down towards the end of your mat, and now come straight up again towards the chest, out wide to the right, sweep it down and open as far as you can. Drag it across the floor, bring it straight up, pull towards the chest, open right, slow and controlled into the biggest circle that you can make. Give me two more, towards the chest first, open, sweep. One more, towards the chest, open, drop, sweep it towards you, and now hold it right there. This time, keep the toes pointed. Drop the leg straight down, sweep it open, drag it along the floor or as close as you can get it in towards the chest and right back to where it started. Four more, drop down, big sweep open. Don't let it throw you off center. Keep the spine and the hips in the center. Three more, drop down, sweep, point the toes, straighten the knee, in towards the chest and back to where it started. Two more, drop down, open, pull in towards the chest, and then one more, drop down, sweep, turn your core on as when it gets as far away from you as it gets, bring it in and relax. Back to wipers, let the leg relax. Take a break, let the foot relax from that point. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the center. Walk the feet a little closer together. All right, the right foot is planted and the right knee is directly pointed towards the ceiling. The left leg is straight up, long and strong here at the knee. Point the toes. We pull towards the chest first, open wide to the left, drag it along the floor but not touching, and then all the way back up. Pull into the chest, open, drag, point it straight down at the end of your mat and then up towards the chest, open, check that right knee, make sure it's straight up. Two more, pull in, open, point the toes, straighten the knee. One more, pull in, open, drag, point, and pull. We go back the other way, drop straight down, open to the left, drag it as far open as you can, sweep it into the chest and back to the center. Again, drop down, open, check that right knee, it's straight up, pull, again, drop down, open, pull towards the chest. Give me one more, drop down, open, pull into the chest and relax. Drop it down, widen the feet. One more set of wipers, right and left. The feet are out wide. Me 3, 2, 1. Take both legs over to the left side. Hold it there. Take your left foot to the outside of the right knee. Push the knee towards the floor and the right hip towards the ceiling, making length here in the front of the right leg. Relax the face, the hips, the neck, wherever you might be holding on to tension. Slowly come out of that. Reset the feet and both legs fall to the right. Bring the right foot to the outside of the left knee. Drop the knee down. Push the hip up. Breathe. Bring it back to the center. This time, uncrossing the feet. Bring the soles of your feet together and let the knees fall open. Take your hands to the inner thighs here. Just push to the right and push to the left. So your legs are just kind of flopping right and left here. Should feel good. And then hold it and release the hands. Hands come to the floor, just closing your eyes here. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Inhaling here, feel the lungs expand. As you exhale, release any tension, whether it's in your face, your neck, your shoulders, your hips. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Opening the eyes, bring the feet back down to the floor. Separate the feet and pull them in a little closer. Take your right leg, cross it over the left leg into a figure 4. Take your right hand to the right knee. You're gonna open that knee here. That's gonna drop your right hip a little bit. Try to level your hips back up in the center. And from here, keep pushing the knee. Let the legs rock from right to left if that feels good for you. Hold it in the center. Reach through, grab the back of the left leg here. Clasp your fingers on the back of that left leg. You're going to use your right elbow to open your right knee. Pull the legs towards the chest. Push the hips towards the floor. And if you'd like to, the bottom leg extends out and bends in. Keep that going. One more. Hold that bottom leg down. Taking a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull the legs again closer towards the chest. Open the knee with the elbow and push the hips to the floor. Try to keep that all going on at the same time. A pull of the legs, a push of the hips, and opening of the knee. Breathe. Tilt 1 or 2 inches to the left. Keep pulling and pushing. Come back to the center, tilt 1 or 2 inches to the right. Come back to the center. Now the left foot touches down on the floor. Both legs fall to the left side. Drop that right foot to the floor. Take your left hand, reach up and pull that knee a little closer towards the floor. Open your right arm to the right. Relax into that stretch, breathing normally. Release that. Bring the legs back to the center and switch. Uncross, left over right. Holding that position here. Take the left hand, push the left knee open. Again, that's going to drop your left hip. Level your hips back in the center so you feel a little bit more of a fight going on with the hand and the hips. Let the legs rock from the right to the left. Releasing that, reach through, grabbing the back of your right leg. Make sure your head gets to rest here. Pulling the legs, opening the knee with the elbow, pushing the hips back down into the floor. Take a deep breath in. And now the bottom leg extends and bends as you exhale. Hold that bottom leg down. Once again, a deep breath in. As you exhale, you pull the legs once again to the chest, press the hips to the floor, keep opening the knee with the elbow, breathing normally here. Now a tiny tilt, 1 or 2 inches to the right. Keep pulling, pushing, and opening. Come back to the center, legs tilt to the left, pull. Come back to the center. From here, we let the right foot touch down on the floor. Keep that leg crossed. Both legs fall to the right. That left foot touches down, reach up and pull that knee a little closer to the floor. Left arm opens your chest to the left. And release, bring it back to the center. Find your strap, and we're gonna loop it around your right foot. All right, so if it's more comfortable for you to keep your left knee bent, go ahead and do that. If you're a little more flexible, you're probably going to be able to go to a straight leg here. With your foot in the strap, circle the ankle. Check in on your circle. Be critical of your circle. Is it lumpy and bumpy? Is it more angles and lines than smooth and round? Try to smooth it out. Switch directions. Hold it up. We look at the inside of the foot and the outside of the foot. So an inversion and an eversion. You're just making sure that this is only coming from the ankle. If your ankle is limited in mobility, you might try to recruit the knee and the hip, just the ankle. Hold it in the center. All right, pushing your heel towards the ceiling, pulling your toes down towards your nose, straighten out your knee the best you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull the leg closer towards your chest. Push the hip back down into the floor. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale, pull. One more. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Slowly release a little bit of tension. Take that strap into your right hand. Open the leg to the right. Let it fall till it's just over the floor or as open as you can make it. Check in on the left leg. The left toes are up. The left hip is neutral. Give the strap a little bit of a pull. Try to relax every muscle in your right leg. Breathe. Bend the right knee, bring it back to the center, switch to the left hand, crossing that leg over until it rolls you onto your left hip a bit. If this becomes a hamstring stretch, bend the knee a little bit, pull on the strap, push back with the hip. Breathe. Bring it back to the center. Open the strap, step the left foot in and the right foot out. Release the right leg back down to the floor, either to a bent knee or a straight leg. And from here, we go into the ankle circles. In the strap, once again, checking out to see if anything's helping you. Make sure it's coming just from the ankle. Switch directions. Hold it still. Inversion, eversion. The inside of your foot, look at the outside of your foot. Eversion should be the hard one. Inversion a little bit easier, but both should have movement. One more each direction. And relax the foot. Push the heel towards the ceiling, pull the toes towards your nose. Straighten the knee the best that you can. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, pull on the strap. Inhale. Exhale, pull. One more. Inhale. Exhale, pull. Release a little bit of tension. Both straps in the left hand. Drop that leg open to the left until it just hovers over the floor. Completely relax the leg. Give the strap a little pull. Check in on the right leg. Toes are straight up. Try to relax that leg. Let go of any tension that you might still have. And put a bend in the knee. Bring it back to the center. Switch over the straps to the right hand and let that leg fall all the way over to the right. Pulling on the strap, pushing back with the hips. And if you need to, bend the knees so that you feel the back of the hip, not so much hamstring. Bend the knee, bring it back to the center. Release your strap off to the side. From here, extend the legs out, reach the arms overhead, point the toes, reach the fingers on an inhale here. Inhale, reach. And exhale, relax the arms, let the feet fall open. Do that again. Inhale, reach, fingertips to toes. Exhale, relax. One more time. Inhale, reach. And exhale, relax. Bring the arms down by your side. Bend the right knee, bend the left knee. One knee at a time. Tucks up into your chest and give it a rock. Hold the legs in the center. Pick the head up. Tuck the chin to the chest, making your spine long and curved. And then slowly release it down to the floor. From here, let your legs fall to one side. Roll yourself all the way over. And we're going to come onto your stomach from here. So roll all the way onto your stomach. Preparing for Cobra. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Point your toes to the wall behind you. Tuck your chin. From here, leaving your lower body on the floor. Push yourself up halfway. Looking up at the top, let your upper body fall through the shoulders. And then bend the elbows close to your ribs. Drop down, tuck the head. And again, pressing up, look up. Slowly bring it back down to the floor. On the next one, we push up onto your hands and knees. Walk the knees in, separate them, push back for child's pose. Let the forehead rest, let the forearms rest. Rock your head from right to left. Release any tension in your neck. Bring it to a stop in the center. And lift up onto all fours. Walk the hands under the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. From here, round your back into cat. Tuck the head, tuck the hips. And then drop your belly button, lift your head and lift your hips. Push away from the floor, cow. And again, round for cat. And drop for cow. Flatten your back. This time we're going to come all the way up to tall kneeling here. Take your left leg out in front of you so that you're half kneeling. Take your left arm, rest it here on your left thigh. Okay, we're going to take the pelvis, tuck it under. Okay, so that if you had a belt buckle up, it would be belt buckle to the ceiling. We shift forward into the front leg, into a kneeling rock. Keep that pelvic tilt so that you feel a hip flexor stretch on the back leg. Shift forward and hold. Keep tucking the pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Shift out of that. Bring that leg in and switch. The right leg comes out in front. Make sure there's width between your feet. Rest your right forearm here on the right thigh. Tuck the pelvis underneath of you. Maintain that tuck as you rock. Hip flexor stretch. The next one, hold it out. Keep that pelvic tilt so that you feel it in the left front pocket. And then shifting out of it. Okay, we're going to bring that foot down. Bring your hands to the floor. Your back foot comes up to meet the front foot in a forward fold. Hands come to your shins. Straighten your knees. Straighten your back and come halfway up, looking forward past that edge of your mat. Bend the knees, slowly round all the way up to the top till the shoulders and the head come up. From here, we're going to take your left foot, cross it over the right. Okay, make sure there's width there. Take your left arm straight up in the air. You're going to reach up and grab the wrist. Pull yourself into a side bend to the right. Pick a focal point. You're lengthening the left side here. Breathe. Slowly come out of that, release. Step back in, the right foot crosses over the left with big width here. The right arm reaches straight up, grab that wrist, pull over to the left, side bend. Bring it up and release. Take both hands behind you, roll the shoulders back, lift straight arms away from your hips. Drop the knuckles towards the floor. And we're going to do one last stretch. Take both arms and reach them out in front. Clasp your fingers together here. Separate the feet. Drop your chin and envision someone pulling on your arms. Your spine starts to round. Let them pull. Keep pulling. Tilt to the right. Feel someone pull, especially on that top arm. Reach. Bring it back to the center. Tilt to the left. Reach out, especially with that top arm. Come back to the center. Slowly drop the hands towards the floor. Now feel a bowling ball in your hands. Let the shoulders drop. Push the hands to the floor. Release the fingers. Let the head come up, the shoulders come back, and we are done. Well done, everyone.